expertise is in tap. I just want to see by a show of hands who is coming at this class more from a tap perspective. Oh, okay. So most of us. All right. Lyrical, contemporary, jazz, other. Okay, so some. All right. So I'm going to be talking about both, but I'll also be incorporating some ways to how you can use some of these musicality exercises into actual, like a tap exercise. Yeah, and also too maybe for some other dance forms they could work. But some of this stuff will be applicable only to tap, but especially because tap is obviously we're doing everything so musical with our feet. But at the same time, that's why I think it's so important. Tap is so important for all students to take, just like ballet is important for all students to take for their technique. I think tap is important for all students for their musicality. All right, so let's just get started off. We're going to take like the first 10 minutes and just talk over some basic music theory stuff. Just in case some of us might not know time signatures and note values and things like that. And then we're going to get into the actual meat and potatoes of all this. So to start off, if we're looking at the music, we have the staff, which has 5 lines and 4 spaces. These lines represent different pitches. And then the time signature will be the next thing. This is something that we're really going to talk about a lot today. And the time signature represents how many beats there are in one measure. The top note being, so if we're in 4/4 time, there will be 4 beats in the measure. And the bottom note, meaning that the quarter note will get the beat. All right, do we all know what that means by that? Yes? Does anybody not know, would like me to explain? All right, great. Okay, so we're gonna do some with time signatures in a little bit. But the note values in 4/4 time, we're only going to talk in 4/4 time for right now. This is a whole note, which would represent, which really in tap, I guess, would be like 1, 2, 3, 4, like that would be a full movement. We'd be using more whole notes and half notes in jazz and contemporary, you know, elongated movement, longer movement. All right, but for tap dancers, we start getting down, half note represents 2 beats, quarter note representing 1, an eighth note representing half of a beat, 2 eighth notes together. Triplet eighth notes, which is 1 enda, 2 enda, 3 enda, 4 enda, 5 enda, 6 enda, 7 enda, 8 enda, and then 16th notes, which run out 1 e enda, 2 e enda, 3 e enda, 4 e enda. So we're really thinking about when we go to the eighth note, quarter note represents the actual number, 1, 2, 3, 4. The eighth note is the and, 1 and 2 and 3, and the triplets, the comes in 1 and then the e comes in on the 16th notes. All right, so we would have that there. Does anybody have any questions on any of this? This is some pretty standard, pretty basic stuff, so I'm pretty sure that most of us know this. And now we all know dotted notes. A dotted note would be when we get into our syncopation. A dotted note is, so if it's a quarter note, it's worth the note's value plus half. So that meaning a quarter note is worth 1 beat plus half of that value, which would make it a half, is worth 1.5 beats. All right, so it would hold out. All right, so we're gonna do I'm just gonna write a rhythm up on the board that we're all gonna clap, just to start out. We'll just start with this, and we'll just make it with some accents. We'll throw some accents in there. We'll do an easy one to start out. So let's see if we can just clap. So here's our tempo.